certainly there are free speech issues, but if you're saying something that's knowingly false, try to. And welcome to the Coach's Corner, coming to you live from the indoor facility here in Columbia, South Carolina, the Steve and Jerry Spurrier facility here, though. Well, Coach Toney, didn't know if we were going to make it here or not, though, that we ran into traffic problems around Newberry, and it took us an hour and 35 minutes to get from Newberry to the facility. We were late. No, we didn't snub Coach Beamer there. We don't have any interviews from him, but we did get a good chance to talk with assistant coaches and with the players today.
You're right there, Coach. I tell you what, that traffic that we encountered coming down, you did a very good job staying on task, keeping those eyes open with stop and go. Well, I did. I have to confess, Coach, I might have had a little nap.
Well, that's what I told Steve Fink. Wanted to know if you were driving, and I told him no, you were taking a nap, and he just chuckled in, though. So I said, that's nap time for Barry. Though. But getting back here, again, I had the chance to talk with several of the coaches today. I talked with Coach Wright, the tight end coach, and his face just lit up with the room he's got. With Trey Knox, should have a huge season this year, his other tight ends, and then a new toy to his repertoire there is Nick Harbor, the big 6'5" sprinter that came in, and I think you're going to see them try to get him on the field in a lot of different ways to contribute this year.
Hey, you're right there, Coach, and those two big jokers there, not only get them on the field, get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, and that'll be two of them.
I asked him one of the biggest things that Nick's going to probably have to learn is that when you come over the middle and catch that ball in the SEC, you're going to get hit. And there's some things with blocking and stuff like that to learn there, though. But they've got a deep room with the tight end position, and I think you're going to see South Carolina use the tight ends a lot more.
I tell you what, Coach, that is a vital part of anyone's offense, but yet you don't see it utilized that much. But, Carolina would be very smart to be able to put that in their game plans.
Had a chance to talk with Coach Stepp, the wide receiver coach, and the importance of having to instill in the new players coming in. The guys that are used to catching it in high school have got to realize at this level, you've got to be able to block.
Hey, you're absolutely right. You can't be one-dimensional. And also, Coach, one thing you have to work on is yards after catch. You got to be able to turn that ball upfield and get extra yardage.
So, also, and that's one thing I had a chance to talk with Juice Wells about the importance. He takes pride. He's the top receiver in the SEC from last year, but he said he takes pride in his blocking skills and abilities too. And Juju McDowell was sitting next to him at the time, and I said, I know if Juju's got one man to beat and you're out in front of him, that he wants you to make that block. And he said, I'm going to make that block.
Hey, that's right. That's all as part of the team together. Everyone accomplishes more.
Also had a chance to talk to Coach Hardesty, the running back coach, and that he has got a lot of different running backs, different styles this year that he's got coming back, playing a different position again this year. You've got DeCarrion Joyner back there, Juju. You've got the running back coming in from Newberry who had over 2,000 yards rushing up there, and some freshmen. So he's got a variety of players that will be contributing from the running back position.
Hey, that'd be good. He's going to have a good nucleus. Like I said, different styles and abilities back there, because if you, of course, you can't believe everything, but if you read magazines and things in general, some people feel like that could be a weakness for the Gamecocks, but it could end up being a good thing.
And also, I had a chance to talk to DeCarrion Joyner. Now, this is a guy who will go down in history at South Carolina. I asked DeCarrion, I said, you have done everything here except popcorn, sell popcorn. He said, I think I've sold some of that too. But this is a guy who came in as a quarterback. He's played quarterback, he's played receiver, now playing running back, and who knows, we could see him line up in any one of those three positions this year. And he said, kind of grinned and said, yeah, you never know.
Hey, I like that type of attitude. That is a we-ism versus a me-ism. Do what's best for the team.
I asked him, I said, how many of these things have you been to? The media days. I said, this is about your fifth or sixth, and we were trying to figure out senior seasons, and I said, your last season that way, because we couldn't even count all the years. But this guy is one that's been a true team player. Whatever the team needed, he learned a new position. He wants to contribute. He's bulked up, and I'm kind of anxious to see how he does it running back.
That's right. I tell you, if he does running back some of the other positions he played at, Gamecock's going to be okay with running back.
Had a chance, too, to talk to Spencer Rattler. Talked to Spencer, asked Spencer, I said, you've got to be like a kid in Christmas morning with all of the toys you've got to play with around you now. And he just kind of lit up. I gave him a copy of the Lindy Sports Southern edition there, that he was the cover boy on that. And he said he'd already bought up several of them right there, though. But again, he's excited about the weapons that he's got around him. The weapons around him are excited to have him back at quarterback. I think the Gamecock offense is going to pick up where they left off at the end of the season last year.
That's right. And by picking it up, it just means defense and special teams, they keep on doing the way they are doing.
Had a chance to talk to Debo Williams, linebacker, and this was a guy who came in several years ago from Delaware, transferred in, and I remember the very first interview he did, he was great. We said when the first time we heard you talk, you're a great interview. But this is a kid that loves to hit. He wants to leave the message when he makes contact with you, wants them to be scared to come back out on the field again with him. And he's made some big time hits, but people talk about the linebacker position with graduation last year of several players may be a question too, but I feel pretty good about the linebackers.
Oh yeah, I tell you what, talking to all the coaches there, at each position they feel pretty good about their position, but coach, it's almost the point where talk season about over, starting tomorrow, hey, we'll start finding out some things.
It's time to put on the uniforms, and I hope you will enjoy watching the interviews that we got today, that we'll be getting those up here sometime soon. We got a lot of them to edit and go through and see what we can do, but we are happy to announce that we will be broadcasting, or we will be doing post-game from Bank of America Stadium for the North Carolina-South Carolina game. And I talked to DeCarrion again. I said, when you see that game on the schedule, I said, how big do you smile? I said, because last time you played in that stadium and played them, you were the MVP. And his face just lit up when we talked about that.
Hey, that's right. And Coach, it's less than a month away.
And that will be the Battle of the Carolinas. So, again, tune in to see our post-game Coach's Corner up there after that game. But in the meantime, you'll have to tune in to our high school football. Coach Toney is going to be my cameraman this year. So all those people that complained about firing a cameraman, which was me, and I said I'd like to fire him. So he's going to be the man manning the camera.
Another eye in the sky, Coach.
So reporting for Lindy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting, he's Coach Toney, I'm Coach Cox. Let's tee the ball up. Let's put it down. Let's spot it. It's football time. Goodbye, everybody.
Good afternoon.